Hi folks, I just wanted to jump on and kind of introduce your first major project for this semester. This will be an annotated bibliography and it's going to be due middle of February, February 12th. So you have plenty of time. Just want you to be kind of starting to think about it this week. We'll be working towards that for the next few weeks. So your annotated bibliography, some of you have probably worked in annotated bibliographies before. It's going to be researching for an eventual researched argument essay, which is like the major paper for this class. We're going to talk more about it as we go along, but for all of your projects this semester, you'll kind of be analyzing and applying sources from different perspectives on a particular issue or topic, and then making an argument later in the final paper. So consider this annotated bibliography project as an exploration of whatever topic you choose before you begin worrying about actually making an argument. So, to be clear, the annotated bibliography is not an argument. You are not making an argument in the annotated bibliography. So, as you're thinking about issues, topics that you might want to research, it can be something from your major or your future career, or it can just be something that you're interested in, because, work does not dictate all of your interests. And keep in mind, as you think about this, that you'll be working with this topic for the rest of the semester. So don't pick something that you hate. Though, of course, I do pretty much expect and understand that these topics are going to evolve and change as you get into the research and the writing. And additionally, if you do your annotated bibliography on a topic and decide that you hate it, you are of course not married to that topic, and we can work out tweaking it or changing it or doing something else then. So have a look. There's a handout on Moodle called Choosing an Original Topic. Has some helpful questions you can ask yourself as you think about what you want to research for Project 1. Also listed on that handout, there are a few really well-trodden topics like abortion and the legalization of marijuana and whether video games cause violence that I strongly recommend avoiding because the arguments are either already played out, so it's difficult to have something new and interesting to say, or they're outdated, or they're too big of a topic to cover in a 2,000-word essay with 6 sources, such as the nature versus nurture argument. I study medieval literature, and that's an argument that's happening in the Middle Ages. Don't write about nature versus nurture. So, if you do want to write about one of these banned topics, you'll have to write an extra paragraph before your conference with me and email that to me, kind of explaining what your unique take on the issue would be. So, the annotated bibliography for Project 1 has 2 parts. One is an introductory note to me, kind of at the top of your assignment, just explaining what you're thinking about for your topic right now. It doesn't have to be anything specific, just kind of where you're at so I know what I'm looking at with these sources, right? Should only be about 100 words or so. You can structure it as a note to me if that makes it easier to write that. And then the bulk of the assignment is, of course, the actual citations and annotations. You'll need 6 sources for your annotated bibliography, and they need to be cited following MLA guidelines. So check the Purdue OWL style guide that's linked on Moodle. The library website will generate citations for you if you're using the library website. So if you're using auto-generated citations from the library or from elsewhere, that's fine. I don't really care. Just double check them, because sometimes they get weird. And then it's really obvious that you used a citation generator, and that's not cool. So you gotta be sneaky about it, even though, I don't care. Somebody in the world cares. So, alphabetize your sources by the author's last name. Be sure to use a hanging indent for your citations, and you can see what that looks like if you're not sure on the works cited page on Purdue OWL. And I have examples of annotated bibs on Moodle for y'all as well. So then under each citation, you'll include like a brief annotation of 3 to 5 sentences, about 75 to 100 words each. And in each of those annotations, you need to do 3 things. You need to position the text, by which I mean talking about the author, the publisher, whose interests does the article or the website or whatever represent, who's the audience, is the information current, positioning the text within the larger argument about the issue that you're talking about, right? Then you want to summarize the text. So kind of what are the main ideas, what's the author's point, what conclusions does the author come to, and then you're going to evaluate the text as a source. So what did you learn from the article? Is it useful? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And it's okay if you evaluate the source and you decide that it's not going to be useful. You can say that and still include it in your annotated bibliography. Just note that. So in each annotation, you're going to need to do each of those 3 things: position, summarize, and evaluate. So at least 1 sentence for each of those things in each annotation. So altogether, the annotated bib should be about 500 to 600 words, not counting the citations. It also should attempt MLA formatting, meaning double spacing, 12-point font, Times New Roman, that kind of thing. And it must be turned in on Moodle as a Word document with your last name and the file name. That is so that I can grade it and give you feedback. So you will also be required to attend a one-on-one 15-minute virtual conference with me via Zoom. Either video chat or phoning into Zoom is fine. If you need instructions on how to phone into Zoom, let me know. And we're just going to meet, go over the topic, answer questions, and kind of give y'all feedback. There's a sign-up sheet on Moodle for these conferences. Sign up by February 1st for a meeting time, and the conferences are going to be Thursday or Friday, February 5th and 6th. I set aside a variety of times, but if none of the available times work for you, just shoot me an email and we'll set something else up. You must schedule these conferences ahead of time. I'm not, if nobody's scheduled, I'm not just going to be sitting around waiting for y'all. This is a scheduled meeting. You're welcome to turn in draft material to me via email prior to these conferences, at least 24 hours ahead of time, but it's not required, so that's just an option. Additionally, if you want to write about a topic that is banned on the Choosing an Original Topic handout, you will need to email me that paragraph explaining your interesting take on the topic 24 hours ahead of our conference so that I can read it, right? Your time and mine is valuable, so showing up and coming prepared to this conference is going to be worth 15 points on your final grade, so you should do that because it's an easy 10% of your final grade for Project 1. So, the grade breakdown. Project 1 is 15% of your final grade, that's 150 points. The one-to-one conference with me is 10% of that, like I said, it's 15 points. The other things that I'm going to be looking for it to be turned in as a Word doc with your last name saved in the file name. That is 10 points. So right there, easy 25 points on this assignment. I'm looking for it to attempt MLA formatting. What does attempt mean? It means I can tell that you tried. I'm not in the business of looking for where your commas are, but I do want to see Times New Roman, 12-point font, MLA citations, that kind of thing. 20 points for the personal explanation of topic, and that's pretty much is it there? Check. And then your citations and annotations together are 90 points, so that's 15 points per source. And again, Project 1 is going to be due on Moodle as a Word document with your last name saved in the file name on Friday, February 12th at 11:59 p.m. All of our assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. Am I going to be sitting up at midnight to double check to make sure that it's in at 12? No. If you have technical trouble, don't worry about it, just turn it in. Okay, so I think that is it. I do recommend looking over the materials I've put on Moodle. You've got some examples, you've got the prompt itself, all that kind of stuff, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. Alright, have a good day.